For you to become a great warrior, you must first learn the ancient ways of fighting. I didn't see you there. Sorry for that horrible Mr. Miyagi impersonation, by the way. I think I should stick with doing reviews. We all know that fighting games have been around for quite some time, but the success it had garnered from the big screen is not as massive when it transitioned to handheld devices. Regardless of this small setback, there are still few beat-em-up games out there that still have some fight left in them. What's up guys, I'm Pal, and just like your favorite mailman, I'll be delivering another game right at your doorstep once more. Shadow Fight 3 is the third installment of the Shadow Fight franchise, a Facebook-based fighting game by Neki, released last 2011. Compared to its two previous versions, the vast improvements in the visual department and character design are pretty evident, as the days playing as dull, boring silhouettes are now in the rear-view mirror. The world of Shadow Fight 3 is set in the feudal-era Japan, where you will go up against formidable adversaries in quests and dueling against online players while leveling up your character at the same time. You could also use a wide range of weapons, from swords, bows, to axes and spears, to fully satisfy your bloodshed cravings. Unleash the inner dragon spirit within you and prepare for battle as we take a closer look at Shadow Fight 3. In essence, Shadow Fight 3 is a fighting/RPG hybrid mobile game. There's a part where you just beat the hell out of a bunch of mean-looking ancient warriors, and the part where you can level up and upgrade your equipment. Easy, right? You'll be creating your character at the start of the game. You can change the style of your hair, facial features, and do a lot of physical alterations. After building your character from scratch, you can then proceed to the main quest, which is where your journey to become the greatest warrior begins. In the map that kinda resembles Middle-earth from Lord of the Rings, you'll see a bunch of icons in it. The icons represent the chapters or missions available at your current progress. After the arduous hacking and slashing, you'll be able to earn rewards such as coins, shadow energy, and equipment as you defeat your enemies along your path to destruction. New chapters becomes available as well as other game modes once you keep making progress. You can participate in events or grind out against online foes via duel mode. To sum it all up, the game primarily focuses on character development and combat experience. Just like other classic fighting games, Shadow Fight 3 has a virtual joystick laid out on the screen. There are 4 different types of attacks that you can perform, and each of them can deal with different amounts of damage. You can do basic attacks like punching, kicking, as well as firing long-range attacks. Blocking is simple, as all you have to do is stand still and be stationary for a couple of seconds. And finally, you can trigger the shadow mode once your meter has been filled. There's a bit of a delay when it comes to the attacking animation in Shadow Fight 3, which means randomly tapping any button does not translate to a sure victory. Sorry, button smashers. But instead, timing your opponent's attack can significantly give you an upper advantage, as well as doing counterattacks and executing a variety of moves. For instance, you can move the directional button while tapping the melee button to execute unique maneuvers. Mixing your combos does not only confuse your opponent, but also makes your attacking pattern less predictable. Doing combos can also boost your shadow energy meter, which can trigger the shadow mode. It is a time-limited ability that can unleash special moves by dealing heavy damage to your opponents. Now, let's move on to the RPG part of the game. One of the best features of Shadow Fight 3 is the utilization of equipment. By accessing the equipment tab, you can see the 4 different types of equipment available for your character. You can wear a helm, an armor, primary weapon, and a ranged weapon. The equipment is also classified into factions and can be broken down further into the following rarities: common, rare, epic, and legendary. You can get them by playing the main quest or purchase them at the store using the in-game currencies. Furthermore, these items can also be upgraded using shadow energy and can be inserted with ability cards, which enables you to execute special combos. The duel is probably the best feature of the game for me, as you get to fight real active players online. The ranking system for this game mode are divided into multiple tiers known as Dan. You must win enough trophies before you can advance to the next tier. On average, you'll be able to get 20 trophies for every fight that you have won. There's also a multiplier when you'll be able to win consecutive matches. And lastly, this mode can also get you additional coins, especially if you're having a hard time grinding them out in the main quest. Events are also known as special quests in Shadowfight 3. These types of activities give out higher reward value as you keep playing them. Once you fail to clear a stage, you will be given additional tries for you to complete them. And if you're still unable to finish the stage, you have to start all over again. Upon unlocking events after reaching level 4, you'll have to register first and choose which mode you're going to participate in. Both the regular and grand mode offer different amounts of special rewards, such as event tokens and tickets in the long run. The events rotate on a weekly basis, and they also conduct events that are based on real-life happenings and occasions. Shadow energy, coins, and gems are the currencies for the Shadowfight 3. Coins are the easiest to obtain among the 3, as you can get them as rewards by dueling or finishing the main campaign and missions. The Shadow Energy is a unique type of currency that is used to upgrade your equipment. It can be primarily obtained by stacking the same items and ability cards. Gems are the hardest to obtain among the 3 currencies. It is the hard currency of the game, and naturally, you can only acquire them in rare occasions. But in some instances, you can get them for free just by simply subscribing to their social media accounts. The game offers different types of bundles at their in-game store. There's limited time offers, items, and booster packs. The item section of the store offers a bunch of different items ranging from ability cards to shadow energy and equipment. There's only a limited selection in this section, as the set of items often refreshes on a specific time period. If you're not satisfied with the items laid out for you, you can always spend 20 gems to manually replace the set of items. Boosters are pack bundles that mostly contain equipment based on the rarities. There's a bit of a price difference when it comes to the gem bundles on both iOS and Android. The gem bundles in iOS are a bit cheaper, with a range cost from $3.89 to $97.55, compared to its counterpart in Android, which has a range cost from $3.23 to $106.54. On the other hand, it is the other way this time around when it comes to the coin bundle offerings. You can get more coins at the expense of gems in Android compared to iOS. The in-game store in the Android device offers bundles that contain 250 to 14,900 coins, while the iOS store offers a lesser amount that has a range of 200 to 9,900 coins. In the end, the currencies are fairly distributed in their respective stores so that the players can enjoy the currency discounts on either platform. The game also has a unique subscription feature called the Shadow Pass. You'll be able to get a ton of in-game benefits, such as additional rewards and frequent appearance of daily bosses once you avail it. I didn't expect that much from a fighting game, but I would say this game is not too shabby. What got my attention from the beginning was the improvement of the character design. You can see the major leap in the visual area, as back then you're controlling these unappealing shadow characters and you can barely differentiate each of them from one another. Not only that, you can easily notice the overall improvements in the layout design of UIs as well. When it comes to the combat mechanics, I think the game has drawn inspiration from the popular fighting games such as Soul Calibur and Mortal Kombat to produce a solid, action-packed game. The addition of the shadow ability in this installment made the game more dynamic and thrilling. The fluidity of movements and the fighting choreography is something noteworthy as well. I would say that the best feature of the game, hands down, is the duel mode. However, the matching system is not that accurate at times. And another sad thing about this game is that Shadow Fight 3 runs in a pay-to-win scheme. Even if you have good counter-attacking skills, the rich players will always be one step ahead of you, since they can easily purchase rare equipment, unlike the poor you who always believe that hard work and persistence will go a long way. I would say that Shadow Fight 3 is not a must-grab game, but nonetheless, there are some elements that made it a standout among other fighting games. I also think that if they could develop a way to make the matchmaking more competitive and less reliant to pay-to-win aspect, the game could attract more players in the future. There you go, another game right off the books. Once again, this has been Pau for EP Game Reviews. Adios.